All right, ladies and gentlemen, and sorry for the brief delay. I just had a call from Uno B, calling from the belly of the beast. So I had to take the time to answer, bro. Make sure what I'm saying he was good and everything was on the up and up. We definitely want to send his love to everybody in the platform, everybody that supported him and his road to redemption. And he also sends a big shout out to Tank Cat. Tank Cat, he definitely sent his love to you as well, King. But back to the mother stuff we had to do. Back to the reason I made this live. So, ladies and gentlemen, hit the like, hit the share, because hopefully Hassan will pull up in here. Like, me. Normally, y'all probably expect an emotional tirade or where I just curse and yell and scream and spit on the camera. But nah, this ain't even gonna be that type of vibe. This ain't even gonna be that type of energy because I noticed that when I do get a little emotional on here and speak my true feelings, dudes say I'm clout chasing and I'm doing it for the views. So this time around, I'm going to just make this an intellectual pull up, reaching out to this man as a man, letting him know how I feel about what he's done, what he said, and give him the open opportunity to hit the link while I'm in here talking or to make a video response in return. Like, it's not even about no views and shit. Like, Hassan, nigga, when you watch this, bro, we spoke in the past, and the last time we spoke, we ended on a good note, a respectful note. So I don't intend to change the narrative. I don't intend to change where we stand, but I'm definitely going to tell you how I feel about what you did. Um, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, hit the like, hit the share, and if you could, for any of his moderators, for Naya, for Naya, sis, I know you might be in the spot. I know you moderate for bro. If you could get in tune with him, I would love to highlight him and give him the open opportunity to speak his piece. Because this isn't a slander campaign. This isn't a jump on Hassan Campbell hater wave. Nah, because I fuck with son to a degree. He's always kept it respectful with me. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it respectful with him. But I definitely got a few things I would like to say. So once again, before I go up, I'm also gonna give the bro a couple of minutes to pull up in here if you want. So it's not like we haven't spoke before, Hassan. You know that I'm not gonna wire you up or try to do some controversial shit. Nah, we're gonna talk like men about some things you said. Now you know I could hold the intellectual conversation. I'm not one of the least articulate guys of the bunch, or as you would say, one of these washed up blood niggas. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually one of the articulate ones. But I would love to give you the opportunity to talk back. I ain't gonna raise my voice with you, yell, scream, internet bang with you, if that's what you're worried about. No, it's not my intent at all. I just want to highlight some things you said from your last video that did over 100,000 views. So I definitely had to address it. Yeah, we not in here, buff my bagpipe. No disrespect, bro. We not even in here bashing Hassan. Nah, that's not the goal of this live. Please understand that. That's not the goal. The goal of this live is understanding. There's a motive to understand. Like, what are you trying to say? What message are you sending out after certain things you've done? Queens, New York, no doubt. No, no doubt. Listen, I don't know about none of that other shit. Like I said, I'm just going off of how he interacted with me, and I'm keeping it there. All right, check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the cafe. Yo, Hassan, I decided to make this video message to you, bro, because and as you see, it wasn't a sneak shot. I sent a message to you in your DM about an hour ago, informing you of what was to come, just to let you know I'm shooting straight, no sneaky, sleazy shit. Now, as you see, I just did a brief live with Tankhead, upcoming, building the suspense for the interview, the Tankhead interview that I'm going to be dropping probably later on today. Now, in that live, I was taking questions from the comment section. In the comment section, people were asking questions about Mel Cross, Hassan Campbell, etc. This wasn't the narrative I set. These are the commenters, the commentators. These are the people on the sideline, what they want to hear, right? So now I asked the question. He said he didn't know Hassan Campbell. He said he don't know Hassan Campbell from nowhere. He didn't even speak of it like in a disrespectful tone, but he definitely let it be known like he don't know that dude at all, firmly. So now, um, so then now, naturally, we all knew Hassan was going to respond in some shape, form, and fashion about those comments, about those statements. So now I'm watching Hassan's last live. Hassan's last live was called "There's Going to Be a Cold Summer." He starts the narrative as if he's giving advice to the young kids or to people who are outside about standing by the bodega, about people, places, and things. And he was doing great. I was following him. I seen the message he was conveying. I was with it 100%. But then it just goes left. And that's when you see the true motive of his life. You see the true motive of his feelings. It's like you allowed your emotions, in my opinion, it's like you allowed your emotions to get the better of you once he made the claims of not knowing you. Once he took to saying he didn't know you in no way, shape, form, and fashion after you repeatedly shouted him out, bigged him up on multiple vlogs. I think you took it personally that he said he didn't know you because you know you are a renowned YouTuber. You know you are known. So now, bro, the shit that killed me with that is like the slander shit that you started to do, like how you started to go to degrading individuals that came from the same struggle as you, some of them from the same neighborhoods as you, bro. And unfortunately, just like you, made bad decisions and ended up in the belly of the beast. The difference is you were lucky enough, blessed enough to beat your cases and return to the street. Unfortunately, for the some of us, the large majority of us, we weren't as lucky and we were sentenced to some time. It wasn't by choice. Some of us clearly was by force. Now, with that being said, yes, we had the choice in the crime we committed to place ourselves in those situations, but you had a choice as well. The outcome, however, wasn't up to you, just like it wasn't up to us. Now, for you to sit there and try to degrade individuals that been through the same struggle as you but fell victim to the struggle that you remained victorious in, you highlight that as if it's like something we chose, something that we glorified. Now, then you went even as far as to say, like, what have we accomplished? What have we done? What have we experienced? What can we teach the youth? If you ask me, we're doing even more of a justice to our community by exposing the fraudulent shit that goes on in gangs, by exposing the misrepresentation of gangs, by exposing the foul shit that comes with the niggas that participate in these gangs. Because the harsh reality is once people see it for what it is, it'll make them not want to be a part of something. But now when you have individuals like yourself who will portray an image of something that is truly not, sometimes just for the clickbait or sometimes just for to get people's attention. It's like, yo, Hassan, sometimes I realize that you say things that you know the civilian side would subscribe to, like the people who grew up in the suburbs who watch you, the people who haven't walked this lifestyle. I see sometimes you take to the angle of what you think they would want to hear and not the reality of what you truly experienced as a man growing up in the Bronx who was incarcerated, who was lucky enough to beat the system, whether you were guilty or not. Now, bro, how do you make a mockery of individuals who take to the same hustle as you and make it and say it like we're stepping on your toes? Like he made a comment in his live, even saying it like, yo, and then they want to come and step into my lane, like, whoa, whoa. You came into this lane because you had a story of something that happened to you, something that was tragic. So now our struggle wasn't tragic. The things that we have to share wasn't. tragic, bro? Our experiences aren't tragic experiences. Yes, in some cases, they are self-inflicted. I'm not debating that because of decisions we made. I get it. But you taking away from the fact that some of us are literally victims to circumstance, meaning we went with all we knew at the time, all we seen at the time, through our ignorance at the time. And it wasn't until we got to that level of maturity, got to that level of consciousness that we decided to try something different, decided to send a different message out there. But then now here we are, we got dudes like you from the same struggle who actually just lucked up and got the not guilty verdict. Like, you just lucked up and got the not guilty verdict, bro. It could have happened to anybody. And because you did, you took to that like it's some type of high horse. And now you can look down and point to us like, aha, you fuckers. Like, nah, that's whack, bro. How as you, as a black man who's constantly up here sending out a message of consciousness, sending out a message of change and betterment for our community, this is something who you proclaim you're an advocate for. And then you sit here and condemn the same individuals who's trying to do that, who come from that turbulent past, who fell victim to that same system that you remained victorious to. And then you make a mockery of the police, playing games with guns in front of your house and shit like that. That's because you don't understand the harsh reality of that loss, of when you go against those people and lose. You don't understand that harsh reality. So now in your little delusional state of mind, you think you're above it. You think you're above everybody because you always remain victorious. Like, it can't happen to you. But the shit that you do, it can. And then you say, oh, you're trying to give advice about things that could keep people alive through the summer. You forgot one key part: your mouth, the shit that you say out your mouth, your words. Your mouth could fuck up your summer. Your address is all over the internet like everybody else's. And then the statements that you make, the shit that you say out your mouth, you don't realize could ultimately make it a cold summer for you too. And that's not a threat at all, bro. It's a harsh reality that I think you forget. I fuck with you. I ain't got nothing against you. But now sometimes you say shit that's like, huh? What do these guys got to show for it? All right, let me speak. I'm a dude that did 10 years in prison. I came home, I didn't get it yet. I went back and did another year. Came home, started a YouTube channel. Started to get a different perception on life. Started to see a different level of legal success. Realized that I could make a good amount of money a different way. So now with that being said, I changed certain things that I was doing. And now look, Mr. Hassan, the same way you got a Benz fucking with your YouTube, I got one too. But I'm one of the dudes that you were saying, did it 10 years, you don't want to be like those guys. Nah, you don't want to be like us. But the difference is if you just so happen to fall victim, don't feel like it's over. Don't feel like you can't redeem yourself. Don't feel like because dudes like Hassan make us feel like, oh, once you fell victim, you're done. You're just a menace to society forever. Don't let him persuade the dudes who lost already. Don't think that we could become winners. Don't make him feel like we can't resurrect from the fucking ashes like a phoenix, nigga, because we can. I'm a prime example. While I was incarcerated, though, you wouldn't believe I got my associate's degree. While I was out in the streets, I would have never done that. I would have never had the patience to sit down and go through a college course. But while incarcerated, I did. That's something you wouldn't know. That's something that you would assume we wouldn't have as what felons or guys that got the guilty verdict. Or the gangbangers, right? The dudes who were stuck in that same state of ignorance you were in at one point in time. You got caught up in murders, bro. You were lucky enough to come home, but you got caught up in murders. You were lucky. And then it's like, I feel like you're throwing like you're throwing stones at your blessings by doing the shit you're doing. How you condemning the same individuals that fell victim to the struggle that you did too. You just got lucky. Yo, bro, you bugged out, bro. You bugged out, my nigga. That shit is, I don't understand that. And then it's like, yeah, the streets ain't for everybody. The streets isn't something to glorify, but some of us don't have no choice. Some of us, that's all we knew. And until we learn different or are shown different to believe that different is possible, what the fuck you expect dudes to do? And then you got individuals like you who will fuck around and and have somebody who isn't as confident, who isn't as sturdy in their goal and purpose. You make them start questioning themselves because you some shit you said, because of the way you made it look. You understand that, bro? You in a seat where it's like, just like me, we could control the narrative. How you portray a situation speaks volumes, bro. And you put it out there like there's no way we could redeem ourselves. Like, all because Tankhead said he didn't know you, bro. He didn't disrespect you, King. He doesn't know you. So now you want to try to disrespect him and throw mad subliminal shots about his story in your last live? That shit is whack, bro. And I don't respect that. I don't. That shit was like, I felt was controversial. You did that for the views, the clicks, the likes, as a defense in response to what you felt was an insult. Your feelings were hurt. And the funny thing is, that wasn't even a nigga's intention. Do you understand that that wasn't even my personal question? That question came from the comment section. Turn on your live chat as you watch that live again. And look, we didn't go out to target Hassan Campbell. We didn't come out to put your name in a negative light. But that's your sole purpose when you did your video. Without saying names, you do nothing but subliminal shots that couldn't do nothing but attach to the same name that spoke about you the video prior. You got to do better than that, King. You have too big of a following to do shit like that. And this is an intellectual pull up. This isn't to disrespect you. This isn't to make you feel like, oh, now you have to make a video in return saying some shit that's going to start a video war. No, because that's not my intention, bro. I'm talking to you as if we was talking behind the scenes. But I'm talking to you in front of the same people that you disrespected us in front of. I may not even reach the same crowd because I don't put up the same amount of numbers. But what I'm trying to show you is that's what you have to be mindful of. Look what message you sending out there, bro. What you doing? If you're supposed to be a man who's promoting black consciousness, a man who's promoting what not to do as people from our culture, our lifestyle, my nigga, like, what are you doing? You got niggas that's literally trying to change. Yes, some of us on here aren't. Some of us on here are playing themselves daily. But when you make general statements, you're not specifying. You're not even giving credit due where it is due, because there's a lot of us, and I'm not even talking about myself, who are on here putting out a positive message, despite the negativity it stems from. But you'll never highlight that, right? Because you were the one that got the not guilty plea. So how really conscious are you, bro? How much do you really want to see your brothers from your community change and put out a different energy? Shit just seems like hypocrisy to me, bro. Whatever.